Hi guys, this is Lisa from Local King Rubber Stamp. Welcome to my channel. Ready for today's video? Today's video, I'm going to share with you guys how to create this stained glass finish product. Isn't that pretty? So it's very easy to create. I'm going to share with you step by step. So this is the car. I'm sure when you see from the camera, the color doesn't really show well. But if you see the person, the color is just so pretty. Okay, so I'm sure you can find some of your stamp that's suitable to do this kind of technique. And if you haven't got a chance to take a look at this video, the video number is LK367. Go to Local King's YouTube channel and just type in the tutorial, they will pop up. And I will update our online video library. I haven't updated for a while. Okay, so that's today's video. We are going to use our butterfly effect, both stamp and die. And then if you want to use your own stamp, make sure your stamp cannot be the shadow stamp. We need to have some place that it can see through. Have a so that way when we color the color, you will create that stained glass finish. So and the die cut. Okay, so first, we're gonna have our laminator machine, and this is a purple cow, and bought it. I think I only paid like under $20 a few years ago. I was using the Mink machine, and I don't know, somehow my laminator sheet just disappeared in that machine, and then I unplugged it and I unscrewed it. I opened it. I can't find that piece of plastic. I don't know where did it go, and then it started to have like a burning smell. So I thought, okay, great, I just kill it. So I would suggest you guys, if you want to do this kind of technique, probably just use your regular laminator. If you kill it, it's only $20. That machine, I think I kind of pay quite a bit of money because I'm in Canada. Okay, so the very common things, first we have to have the acetate, the heatable acetate. And I know a lot of you guys don't have it, so do I. I don't have it in the stock. So we have to create our own acetate, and it is very, very easy to create. And I show you what did I use. So you can, so this is just like a laminated sheet. Usually you just put your like a document and you want to protect it, right? Oh, Amazon driver is here. Boo Boo is barking. I will be right back. I'm back. I'm sorry. Okay, it was Amazon driver, and then I think I was waiting for this package. Do you want to know what did I order? Actually, I think it's a pretty good. Some of you guys probably want to order some of these. I actually ordered some of these 5x7 plastic. They don't call envelope. They don't call the bag. They actually call the pouch. And then I found out it's perfect that we can put the stamp and die cut inside. So they come with this. And I ordered 80 of them for $50 Canadian dollars. I will put the link below if you guys are interested. It's very strong because those kind of plastic seal bag ones, when you open a few times, they lose the tackiness. So, and I have been looking for this envelope for a while, and I think it's pretty good. The quality is pretty good, and it's 80 for $50 Canadian dollars. So if you like, go check it out. So that's the Amazon driver. Sorry for the disturb. Everybody like to see the open box, right? Okay, so first let me show you the laminator sheets that I got. Is called this Scotch thermal laminator product, and the list is 5 mil. You know, I like a little bit thicker because they do have 3 mils, but I like the 5 mil because it is thicker. And then, but I was kind of worried because a little bit thick, maybe we are having trouble to die cut it. And I have been using these laminator sheet to do a lot of different kind of project. Make sure you check it out. So this is one of them, and also I just laminated a plain sheet for when I color the alcohol markers. Okay, so the first question, no, the first issue you might have is that, okay, first you're going to turn on your machine and they have to be hot, and then they have like a cold setting. They have a 5 mil and 3 mil, and I do 5 mil and I do cold instead of just hot. So you might have a problem is you can see this one, I have this air bubble, right? We want to make a beautiful stained glass finished car. We cannot have those bubbles. It looks really ugly. And how come this one have no bubbles? So this is how I kill my mink. And then please don't do the same thing I did. You are going to regret. So first of all, we are going to have our laminator sheet ready, and the laminator sheet, they have an opening side, right? So when you load it to your laminator machine, you are going to loading from the side that is attached. And then when you loading inside, I'm going to show you just in a second, but I don't know when I use my mink machine, I'm maybe pulling back to against the moving, and then somehow they just roll under the roller and they stuck there, and I wasn't able to save it. So good job, right? So far I killed one cuttlebug, I killed one mink. What is the next? All right, better nothing next. Okay, so when you put your laminator sheet inside your laminator machine, you are going to try to, okay, as long as when they start moving, you're going to try to use your hand. Try to just pulling back a little bit. Don't let them go so fast. Just you can feel it that your laminator is kind of pulling from your finger. So this way you can prevent that bubble happen between the sheets. I found out it just worked like perfect. And also this laminator is awesome to storage your stamp. They for your, I don't know, clear stamp, they should work for the clear stamp. For the rubber stamp with the clean mount, it actually worked pretty well. So let's see, it's all loading until the end. So for our 2023's new design, actually printing it, put between, and I just storage my stamp on top. So the laminator sheet actually pretty useful. And then see, no bubble, okay, like this. So you can do few sheets, and then now you create your homemade heatable acetate, or you can just purchase the heat acetate. I don't know who carry it, but I'm sure you can find everything online now. But this is just a perfect. I'm going to share with you. First of all, they have no bubbles, and then the thickness is actually pretty good, and then we can die cut it. So now I'm going to just turn off my machine, and I will be right back. Okay, so the last clip I was talking about I don't know, I wasn't sure this laminated sheet can storage the clear stamp or not. So I got some. I'm going to just testing it. It actually stick very well. So if you want to have some storage sheets, we used to carry the acetate sheet letter size, and kind of pricey. But now you can create as many as you like. The only thing is, I think it's still a little bit curving, like a waving. But I think if you put the one piece paper between, see, they can stick like that. Or you can like stamp your image and laminate it. So I think it's a pretty good tip for you guys. If you like it, give me a thumb up, not finger. Okay, so that's a move to the next. We are going to do the embossing on the this acetate we just create by using the laminated sheet to create this. So I'm going to just use a half size. I'm going to cut in the half, and I really like this envelope bag. I just ordered today. See, got a bunch of them. This Boo Boo is just a hate Amazon driver. One time he barked so bad, the Amazon driver was scared to come to my yard. Okay, so this is my laminated sheet. See, there's no bubble. And then we are going to stamp the image on top. So if it's a little bit waving, you just find something to hold it, right? Just hold it smooth. And I found this little magnet is actually very strong. And then we are going to stamp the image and we are going to put embossing powder, which I hate embossing powder. And then I can't find my embossing body for a while, so I have a piece of Swiffer. I'm going to just kind of rubbing that piece of acetate, and I'm going to have my black VersaFine. You can use Versamark, but because our image is black, right? So we're gonna just use the this VersaFine black. Okay, so I'm going to. I really have to organize my studio. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. So I'm going to grab a piece of acrylic block. Okay, and I already rubbing the surface, and I'm going to just ink my butterfly. So remember the stamp you choose, it got to have some open area because that's the place we are going to color, right? So I don't think so I need a stamp positioner like a Misty. I think that will do. We're going to just give a nice. The best part, if you make a boo-boo, you can just wipe off or use like a stays-on cleaner. You can clean it. Okay, that's I think it's pretty good. Okay, and then did I move a little bit? I think I moved a little bit. That's clean it, and I'm gonna do again. So if you made the boo-boo, you can see there's a kind of shadow, right? So I'm going to just clean it. See, I have no problem to wipe off the image and then make sure they're completely dry, because if they're not dry when we put the powder, the whole sheet is going to pick up the powder. So make sure they're completely dry. Okay, or use the, I think that's good. Let's do it again. Okay, let's do steady hand, steady hand. Let's do, okay. Okay, let's do this. Oh, I didn't brush with the acetate, not acetate, the Swiffer. That's really good. Okay, put it away. This piece of metal is really useful. Now, doing something, I don't know, no matter how careful I am, I always have some powder on my table. Just don't like that. Be very careful, no powder. No powder. See? Ugh! Okay. If I like wipe the surface with a Swiffer, should be good. You know what? That's okay. Good enough, because we're going to die cut it, right? So I am going to heat up, and I will be right. Okay, and now we're gonna die cut it. So I have my die cut here, and then I'm going to show you a great trick. Usually when I do the die cut, I will have like a guiding window, but since we are working with acetate, we can kind of see in through in the back, are we line out or not, right? So I'm going to just eyeball it. Okay. I think I just tape a little bit, and I'm going to rotate it. This is just a little bit lazy. I should just do the guiding window, but it will work because you can see they are lined up, right? So I'm going to just make sure I secure my butterfly very well. And then here is something, is a great trick I have been mentioning in my video too many times. We are going to do the die cut. I have at least a CZIC chrome position base plate. I just find the like cutting well. If you don't have it, you can just use the piece of metal to shim it. That piece of metal, something like this. You can do that too. Okay, so here is something that very important. If you just oh, see my butterfly move, just make sure they are in the right place. You don't want to cut your butterfly, right? Just in case, we're going to just put one more piece. Okay, very good. If you just cut like this, directly put it on your die cut machine, you are going to have a very hard time to cut through that piece of acetate. But I'm going to show you a trick. So you are going to put a piece of paper and put the your die cut on top. Before I do that, make sure it's lined up. Okay. It can be face out, it doesn't matter. And then we are going to run through the machine, and I'm going to run through the machine like 3-4 times. I'll be right back. So I run through my machine few times. I'm going to turn it back. You can see if that piece of paper is cut, that means your acetate is cut. If that piece is not cut, that means your acetate is not cut. See, they will pop out just like that. How easy it is. And then that's my embossing butterfly. Okay, so this is a great tip. Give it a try, and then you will find out. I think this one is really beat up. So try one without that piece of scrap paper, and then you will find out that piece of scrap paper, it really make difference. So I think it's a great idea. I like this little pouch, and then I'm going to just put my, it fit perfectly. Oh, powder. And then you can still see the sign, and then you have your die cut, because my studio is need a major cleaning, because we was playing here, living here temporarily, probably have to, our house is going to be under like a big renovation, so going to be busy this summer. Too many things going on this summer. Okay, so powder. Go away. Okay, the next is going to be so easy. Do you have any idea what you're going to do with this special technique? So I'm going to use my paper here, and then I mentioned too many times, the best thing to clean the alcohol marker is sanitize. So I'm going to just do that. See? If you clean it right away, it's very easy to come off. If you leave it for a while, it kind of have to scratch a little bit. That's good enough. Okay, and then we put my butterfly, and then when we color them, we are going to color the other side. The front is we seal with the embossing, right? The black embossing. So but the embossing if you use a alcohol marker on top of the embossing, I think you will pick up that embossing powder. So we're going to actually working on the back. So flip your stamp image, and then we are going to use the alcohol markers. You can use okay, so you can use any kind of alcohol markers. They will work fine. And they just when you choose a color, choose a little bit brighter color to color these acetate, because we are color the material. You cannot use regular markers. They will not stay. So alcohol will work. I use these Ohuhu markers. I found out they are actually very moisture, and the price compared with a Copic marker is actually pretty good. And then I do get a set of a Copic marker when I was in the Japan, and then they are good, but the price is just too much. So this Ohuhu marker is good enough. And if you have some marker like these, they have this chisel tip, and this marker tip is take a little bit longer to color. It will do the job, but I prefer to have the brush tip is much faster. So this project, this butterfly project was I get an idea from one of the Facebook posts, right? You can see that very light blue. I love that color. And the alcohol marker is transparency. They are seen through. So you can try to use acrylic paint. You can mix with some mica powder to create that non-transparency. But maybe later on I will do a video to show you guys how to do that. But today we're going to just stay with the marker. So remember, you got to flip over. Don't color on the side that you have that embossing, because when you do when you color that side, and then they will react that they probably will move that black embossing. Okay, so I'm going to just we're going to start from the center. See, we can just do that. And I just love this marker because it's really moisture, and then the price is pretty good too. I'm not a sponsor. They are not sponsoring my video. I don't have any sponsor. I'm a sponsor myself. So, but I do like it. Everything I use in my video is the stuff that I'm using, and I am happy. So we just start from the middle, and I start with orange, and then that's the two color I'm using. So I start with a little bit orange in the middle, and then you can see I already have, right? And then you can blending directly on top too. So I have here, and then I'm going to just blending a little bit directly on top. See, the mark is gone. And then I'm going to do that beautiful blue here. Okay, make some kind of squeaky sound here. Okay, and then do a little bit darker purple. They can be blending, and then you know what's the best part? The best part is they dry pretty fast. I don't know, something wrong with me. I actually love this alcohol smell. Sometimes they give people headache. I'm not alcoholic though. Okay, just do that. And if you want to, you can use the lighter one, kind of blending that two color. You want to blend, you always use the lighter color blending with darker color. I think that's good enough. That's how I create that beautiful stained glass looking, right? And then it actually dried pretty fast. Okay, so what else I'm going to do is I'm going to do something else. Okay, so it dry very fast. That's how the alcohol. And remember, you cannot use regular markers. So you can see my first sample car. I have some white spot. Every time when I say White Spot, you just want to say White Spot is a Canadian restaurant. But now it's getting insane. One burger, $25. A burger, $25. Just go to In-N-Out Burger, buy a burger, and then put on the dish. Okay, that's it. So I use that little white gel pen. Just give a little bit highlighted. And then see, I know from from the camera, you probably cannot see that beautiful stained glass, right? But from my side, it's actually very pretty. So I think the photo that I share with you guys is much prettier than the car because the back is open. Is have a light, so that make that butterfly really pop out. But this one, because our background is a paper, it blocked the light and it doesn't really show. But I just get a great idea. So we can make a seeing through car. Oh, that's much better. Okay, give me a second. I'm going to prepare something. See, I'm learning from myself. That's the best part of the stamping. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Actually, I came out with some awesome idea. So because this car, the car is a paper, there is not a transparency, so it doesn't really showing my beautiful butterfly, right? So and while when I was explaining that, I figured out we have to come out with some transparency car. So I have a one extra laminator sheet here already. So or you can use acetate. Doesn't matter what you have handy, you use what. So first of all I found out these beautiful die cut. This is I have these die cut for a long time. I actually have a lot of goodie, but I never got a chance to play. This is which company? Memory Box 2015. They have an awesome die cut. I really give the credit. They are so detailed. So in the beginning, I would say, okay, I'm going to put this beautiful circle in the back. That looks really nice already, right? But I still find it a little bit empty. So I did try. First idea, it was hit my head was I have this stays on cotton white, but I haven't used this cotton white for a while. My cotton white is not a cotton white anymore. It's kind of like a pearl white. And then I'm not really happy with that. I said, how about I try to just use my markers to color directly on the rubber stamp. So because they are alcohol, they can they can stamping on the material, right? But the only issue is the alcohol marker, they dry so fast. You got to work fast. So I have my stuff here ready, and then I try few of them. I tried the color that I was using for my butterfly. I tried the green, and don't really standing out. I tried the yellow, the orange is a little bit lighter. I tried this magenta, that's the best one. Okay, so I have my love background stamp here, and then one more thing is too many times people ask me, yeah, can you use alcohol marker on the stamps? I always say no, because they are like a permanent stamp. If you first of all, because they dry too fast, you don't have enough time to transfer your paper. Second of all, you are going to end up have a lot of colorful rubber stamp, right? But now I want to say, yes, you can use alcohol marker on the rubber stamp, but every time after you use that, you got to clean your stamp because they do stay on your stamp. You can use the sanitize. See how easy I can just clean. I have no problem to do that, and then you can use it, but you got to work very, very fast. So I decide I'm going to use this number 2.R16. Okay, and I'm going to use the brush part, and I have my acetate ready. So this is the side I want to do. So you have to do a very fast, so you cannot do like a very complicated design. So I'm going to just, and then this Ohuhu marker is actually very moisture, so very juicy. Fast. Going to just do that. Hey. just get enough time to stamp that beautiful script on top of my acetate. So, but after you finish it, you are going to use the sanitize to clean that. If next time you use like a pigment impact memento, it's okay. The color will not come off because it's kind of like a permanent ink, right? But if you are using the another alcohol markers, that color, this pink color, they will pick it up. See, I have no problem to clean that, and I'm going to just put it back, and then let me show you guys. Maybe you can see better. See, that's my script there. So before I will use it, just use like a stays on permanent ink, but now I actually have a more choice. So I'm going to just glue this beautiful circle and put my butterfly on top. I think that's pretty unique, right? And then I'm going to, I know what you're going to ask me. Where are you going to write down your sentiment? Yes, I thought about that too. So I'm going to glue it first. I will explain what I'm going to do. Okay, so this is my final project. I was going to share with you guys how to do. This was my original design. The idea come from one of the Facebook page posts, and then I'm kind of having a problem because my background, it doesn't really showing my beautiful stained glass butterfly. So and then I come up with at least that's put on the my acetate on top. So for the stained glass acetate, you got to make sure you use the heatable acetate. You can already show you in the beginning of this video that you can create by using the laminated sheet. For your base, it doesn't have to be the heatable. Or what you can do is you can have a big sheet and then you can just decorate it directly on your sheet, so don't have to worry about that. And then second second great tip is about using your alcohol marker as your ink. The only things you got to work fast because otherwise you will be they are going to dry pretty fast. And this alcohol marker is actually very moisture, so I found out they actually work so well. And then the other tip is put the one piece the same die cut guiding with your front card, and then so that way you have some spot that you can write your message. Okay, so that's what it look like. I think the only things is probably this, because it's kind of flexible, so it's kind of like cannot close it. It's like this. Okay, probably after the video I'm going to use my heat gun or maybe my iron to make this acetate a little bit flatter, or you can put some like a ribbon, different kind of direction. You can create a banner, that will do too. So I think it turned out pretty good. I was totally wasn't planning to come out something like that. It came out like that. So I hope you like this video because I think it does have a lot of information. I'm going to just give you a little bit preview what's the next video I'm going to share with you guys. You know, I always mentioning in my video that I always get an idea from my from my life. So sometime on the Facebook they just pop out some beautiful picture like this one, and then actually I saw another picture. So this is somebody post a picture on the Facebook, and then Vancouver is so pretty, so I saw this one. I said, I really like this looking special. My last few video I share with you guys how to create a new impact color, some blue like that, right? So and then I just did a few trying, and then I come out with something like that. So this is going to be my next video. I'm going to explain to you This is the rice lake, and I did one video to share with you guys how did I get an idea to create this stamp. So the rice lake is a beautiful lake in the North Vancouver. It's only 5-10 minutes away from the place I'm living. So for our Alaska cruise, I already mentioned, if you guys want to come, I can give you a day tour. I can bring you to the rice lake, and I can bring you to see few of the spot that they shoot the Virgin River, so Jack's restaurant. So this is my print, and then this is the one I create again. And then it's very simple, very easy, and I'm going to share with you when I start create this card, and what did I went through, what issue I had, and I would like to share with you. So it's okay. Sometimes when you create a card, you kind of just hit the dead spot, but you move on. And then I think that's the best part about the stamping. Is just so much fun. And then this deer, I was remember my tissue box, and I create this one. So I keep using the stamp I have, and then I don't just promote one stamp and then move on. You never see that stamps again. If you have been watching my video, I use the same stamp over and over and over again. I just want you guys to learn how to use those stamps and get idea, and then you can enjoy to create all the project your way. So in the next video, I'm going to share you guys how to do that, and I'm going to also talk about how I clean my magic mushroom, and then how we are going to rolling or magic mushroom. Okay, so that's for the next. And I know, I have some problem when I create some car project. I just can't wait to share with you guys. That actually keep my life very busy, and then so I really have to take it easy. This is supposed to be fun, right? So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and if you do find this video make you happy, give me a thumb up, leave a comment. That means a lot to me. And then that's everything. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye.